What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please make sure you go ahead, slap that like button so you're here for every single video and you're subscribed so you don't miss a video. This is my creator coaching channel where we talk all things brands, creator, YouTube, stores, revenue, everything. We get into it all, the creator economy. Today, so excited because we have Victor Yates here, who is a social media influencer and a YouTuber. And we have been friends for quite some time now. So many times, so many people ask me how I survive in this creator world, how I keep my head on straight, and I always reply, "Oh, I have this friend, Victor." I always say, and if you guys went back on my channel about a year ago, you will actually see the first interview I did with Victor. So check that out for a more intro. Today, we're just getting into straight up creator talk. So I hope you guys can get some gems from this conversation. Welcome, Victor. How are you?
I am incredible, and I always love chatting with you. So I'm good right now.
I'm so happy you're here. It's so funny because this is very last minute for us, but I love that we were both available and we hopped on it. Like, just to give people a little background, him and I are constantly messaging each other questions, milestones. And when I tell you, like, I would just be lost without you. And today I just literally asked him in the middle of our question like Q&A this morning via in the morning time. I was like, "Oh, like, do you want to just hop on a call later? Because I feel like we always have so much to talk about, and at the very least, I owe this to the audience for them to listen to this because you and I always have a good like balance of sharing our ups and downs with each other, and I think that's what makes it so real. So if people can hear some of what we're going through, the good and the bad of being a content creator, I think it would I would help them for sure."
Yeah, yeah. I actually in our chat earlier, I was talking about my um statistics for a video that I posted this morning,
Mhm.
and I was so upset because YouTube is a drug for me, and I'm constantly looking at analytics. And I was like, oh no, like this video
Yeah.
isn't performing the way that I thought it would.
Mhm.
So after we finish this, I'm going to change the thumbnail and I'm going to change some of the keywords to force the algorithm to push it out to more people.
Yes.
And so I like when I feel like the lows of content creation, I always like message you immediately
Yeah.
um, because you are the only person that I know that would understand. Like, none of my friends understand how difficult it is, one, to create content and then build an audience. And I love that. And I all like anytime I meet someone like in my day-to-day life,
Yeah.
I always, and they have a YouTube channel, I always refer them to you because without your guidance, I wouldn't be where I'm at today with my channel. Like you were the first person and the only person to tell me that like you have reached the goal where you can actually start working with sponsors. Before you said that, like I wasn't thinking that way.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how long it took, but shortly after that conversation, I was able to get a sponsor.
Mhm.
And so you helped me to really process um, things that I'm not really thinking about with content creation. And so anyone that is watching this video, um, Nigel is like an encyclopedia of wealth in terms of what to do for YouTube, um, how to reach certain goals, and the tools that you need to get there. And so you have really helped me. Like,
Aw.
and we talked about this last time with Social Blade. I cannot tell you, I check Social Blade like 10 times a day. Um, it's 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 so addictive because I'm always trying to beat. So for anyone that doesn't know what Social Blade is, it's basically an external resource to look at statistics for not only YouTube, but other social media platforms. And I actually use that when I'm actually sending out a potential, like a query email to a company. I send them my Social Blade link so that they know that I'm not lying about my statistics.
Hmm.
And I use it as a way to help me grow. So Social Blade gives a future projection, like I think it's like up to like 4 years, but I only look at the 2 month projection and the 4 month projection to try and beat it. I don't always beat it, but when I do beat it, I like pat myself on the back
Yeah.
because it feels really good. And you forced me to work harder. Like a year ago, I was like so out of content creation, and you would post like 3 stories a day, 3 videos a day,
Yeah.
and I would like your voice, I would hear it in the morning, and I would say, gosh, like if Nigel can do this, like you can do this. And
Oh.
so like I've really gotten into it. Like I can't really post that amount because of what I do, but I force myself to do other things. Like I'll post like a story on YouTube, and that actually helps me to get a lot more subscribers as well. So like I am so grateful for our friendship because without you, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. So thank you.
Gosh, you are so sweet, and when I tell you it goes both ways, like, so I'm telling you, when people ask me, like, "How do you get through it? What do you do?" Like, I'm like, "Well, I have this friend." Like, it always starts there because you're so much a part of, like, the mental health aspect for me when it comes to YouTube, in that I would go crazy if I didn't have someone to ask these questions to. And, like, obviously, I have my channel and my Creator Chat podcast where I go on there all the time and I long form content, explain certain things. And the reason why I have that channel and that podcast is so that I can vent what's going on in my creator brain or in my creator
Yeah,
mind. But even then, there are so many questions and conversations that I can only have with you. So
yeah,
thank you for just like always being available. And the most important and most beautiful part about our relationship, I think, is that it is like the opposite of gatekeeping. Like we find out about a new website for influencers, or we find out about a new sponsorship or a new way to get views, and you and I immediately tell each other. And because of that, we've grown together. And because of that, we're here recording this. And I want people to see that relationship and look for this in their relationships, because it shouldn't be like a silent battle between the two and then a check-in every now and then. Like, no, like we should be telling each other everything we learn, everything we're doing.
yeah,
And that's all everything I find out, I just try to report it back to you so you can learn from it. So I'm so glad you think of me that way. And I want to continue to be that way for you and for everyone, because I'll never forget when I first started. And that's what made us so close is I had reached out to other influencers and creators,
mm,
little questions, and they gave me the cold shoulder. And you were one of the
mm,
first ones to answer. And I just remember thinking like, oh, I want to be like him. I
yeah,
want to answer, you know what I mean? I want to be there for people and tell them they can do it, and and etc. And that's what we've been doing. And now it's crazy because you
yeah,
and I have been at this for years together.
yeah,
So
yeah. And you know what's funny? I found an old screenshot that I have to send to you.
I have some too.
of I took a screenshot of like something from my channel, but your subscriber number count was on there, and I was like, we started here and now we're here. I have to send it to
I
you.
remember the exact number. We met, you had about 5,000 subscribers. I had about 500.
Okay.
That's why, and it was funny because like when I was reaching out to people for questions, I was looking for someone in the 1,000 range. But
No.
because I was still at 500 subscribers, nobody wanted to give me the time of day. And
Ah,
yeah, and you were the first one who not only gave me the time of day, but you looked at my content and you were like, yeah, I'll never forget this. I operate off this for the rest of my life. I had like 500 subscribers, and you looked at my stuff, and you were like, "You operate like you have 1,000,000 subscribers," and I was like, "I do." You were like, "Yeah, like the way you carry yourself, the way your banner, your profile picture, every video." You
Yeah.
act like you're already there. And I didn't even know I was doing that. I
Yeah.
just knew I had to be confident to be on the platform, and I was just giving what I thought had to be given. But when you
Yeah.
said that, I was like, wow, I love that. Like millionaire mindset at 500 subscribers.
Ah,
So thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. No, but like that's really how you get noticed by sponsors is, the presentation of your channel. That's something, that I still have not mastered.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I've switched it up since then. But, the beautiful thing about social media is that you learn something new every day. And I'm constantly learning. Actually, I had dinner or lunch with a friend yesterday who he hit 5,000 on Instagram, and he was asking me questions specifically about, how do I get sponsors? And so I actually um, did a little research, and that's why I sent you that particular company earlier today,
Yeah.
because I had never heard of it. So I was like, oh, like Nigel will love this.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's constant learning. Um, but the beautiful thing is that you can never do anything wrong. A lot of people say like, oh, like I don't want to start because it's overly saturated. There's so many influencers out there, but there is a company today that would love to work with you because of who you are as a person. Like the person watching this video, there's a company that is sitting around like, oh my gosh, like I really want to work with this type of person,
Mm,
but I can't find them.
right.
They are looking for you right now. Like I worked, so outside of content creation, I work in marketing and promotions. And I worked for a plant-based protein company at an expo called Expo West. And in every single bathroom, there was a Amazon-backed company called Stack Influencer or Stack Influence. Every bathroom. And so one of their reps came up to me at my booth and I was like, keep seeing this flyer. What is it? So it's a company that they specifically work with micro influencers. And so anyone from like one follower to like 10,000 followers. And you don't get paid, but they send you a list of companies that you can work with, and they're all on Amazon. You buy the product, create a testimonial, upload it to Instagram or TikTok, and then Amazon reimburses you. And so that is the perfect company for someone like you want to start doing like UGC or user generated content, but you don't have an example of something to send to a company. That is the perfect way to do it. And I just learned what UGC means. I had no clue what that was. Like I applied to a bunch of like castings for different companies, and I would always see UGC. And I'm like, what is that? And so I literally discovered that a week ago. So I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a thing. There are people that they only have UGC content, like nothing about no selfies. It's literally them promoting products. And so it is possible to have a life as a content creator. I should say to create a life as a content creator, but you have to work hard at it. Um, Sometimes things will just fall into your lap.
Mm,
Um, I have been lucky enough that I've had an influencer agency or a few of them reach out to me to work directly with a sponsor. And one of those companies, they contacted me twice because they love um, the results from our first campaign. And so sometimes companies will come to you, but I love to actually send out a proposal to a company. And I've kind of like have perfected it. Within the proposal, I talk about my channel, what it's about, LGBT entertainment movie reviews.
mm,
And then I will give them a ton of data backing why they should support my channel. So, statistics on my user engagement, the number of views The average views for my videos, which is about 100,000. Um, the the breakdown of age groups. So typically I attract more like older gay men, but I also break down countries
Mhm.
that support my channel. Like I get a lot of love from France, Mexico, Brazil, and like the entire UK. And then I throw in the link for Social Blade and I'll give them a projection. So in 4 months, like right now, I have 46,000 subscribers. Within 4 months, I should be at like 69,000 or something.
Right.
But in 8 months, I should be at like 100 plus. So I love throwing that in there so that they know what, if they sponsor a video, what that could look like for
Yeah.
them. And so I add in all of that. And then I put in samples of ads that I created. The
Perfect.
beautiful thing about doing that is that even if a company decide to say no. But if they click on all of those videos, that helps my algorithm so that YouTube pushes more views my way because they see all of this activity from these different companies. And so if someone doesn't work with you, it doesn't matter. Get them to click on the links to your videos because that drives traffic.
Yes.
So when I'm kind of like in a particular space when I'm doing that, I'll do like 20 emails
Mm.
at a time. Um, and it becomes easy because like you just have to change the name of the company. Everything else stays the same. So once you have the email of like a particular person at a company, just send it off.
I love that. You just dropped a ton of knowledge about brand deals and being a creator, so I love that. Even just within telling your story, there was just so much knowledge in there. So for anyone listening, I do want to back up to one thing that you said in the beginning of that, which was your kind of like your individuality and being in oversaturated markets. I think that's something really huge to hit on for maybe the people who might be listening or watching who might be in the beginning of their journey. Which no shade to listening to anything about brand deals because I used to listen to that stuff when I was at 100 subscribers too. And it's so nice to hear where you'll go. But for the people who haven't begun yet or might just be starting, I just want to say to them to find and own your individuality because yes, this market as a content creator is saturated. But what Victor is saying down the line in terms of brand deals, yes, there might be thousands of creators to choose for a Pepsi ad, but what if the casting director specifically wants a tan girl with red hair with freckles? You might be that girl. So
Yeah.
don't ever think that your look or something is too saturated and own the power in your individuality because that was a huge part of me starting both my channels. Even in my variety world, I didn't see anyone like me. And then
Yeah.
even more so in this coaching business and marketing social media creator world, I definitely didn't see anyone like me. Everyone seemed a little bit more professional, a little bit more uptight. And this is the whole reason why we created this chapter over here so that I can kind of show a transparency to being yourself and chasing your dreams. So I love that you said that because I'm beginning a lot more students under my belt in terms of starting YouTube and getting my coaching business on and stuff. And that's a huge like thing in the beginning is that they say to me, "Oh, I want to start this channel. I have this good idea, but it looks a little saturated. It looks like a lot of people are doing it." Well, yeah, but does anyone on there look like you? Like, is
Yeah.
there a twin of exactly you doing it the exact way that you would do it? If there's not, do it. See
Yeah.
what happens. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I love that you said that. So
Yeah.
anyone, yeah,
You know, the thing is that like there's always to put spin on content creation. One of my all-time favorite creators actually doesn't create anymore. He just disappeared. But before he would do a vlog, he would always have a drink in one hand and he would be eating something and he would tell people what he was eating and what he was drinking. And I love that because it made me learn more about him through his tastes and preferences. And so that has always like stuck. Like I never see anyone doing that now. And it's such a little thing, but it separated him from everyone else.
Mm.
So even if you want to do a channel on fashion hauls, there's a way to put your own unique touch on it.
Yeah.
So, but the marketing is moving towards um, everyday people
Mm.
and them providing testimonials.
Yeah.
This expo that I went to, it's the largest health and wellness expo on the West Coast. And when I tell you, and it's for kind of like people within the industry, but also the public. But there were so many people from like marketing companies that brought influencers with them, and their influencers were creating content at the expo. And so, and Stack Influence is really for the everyday person. And so companies are shifting toward um, testimonials that someone is in their home, in their kitchen, in their bathroom, and they're reviewing the product. That's the way that the industry is moving. More money is being pumped into social media than print and TV commercials. So
Mm.
it really is the way to go. And if you don't have a channel now, now is the time to create one.
Yeah. No, it's never too late to create a YouTube channel. I think it's like growing year by year. And the more people, that's never too saturated. Everyone's individual and deserves a space on here.
Yeah.
And you got to plant. I've been saying this so much to my students. Um, and I feel like I'm a broken record, but I keep saying, like, you have to plant the seed. And if you don't plant the seed, you will not grow the tree. And if you don't grow the tree, how are you supposed to take an apple off and take a bite? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
very, it's very that, like, you have to
Yeah.
start this very slow process and
Yeah.
put your time and your patience and your passion into it, and it can be something special. And then down the
Yeah.
line there's so much going on in this
Yeah.
creator world. So
Yeah.
um oh my gosh. But what is so for this year and what's going on now, but just to, because I wonder, just to compare it to last year, if anyone goes back and watches your interview, what is like an up and a down right now to being a creator right now in your world at where you're at? What's an up and a down?
And up is the versatility of content creation, that every day is different.
Yeah.
Um, and I've worked with, I don't know, like 10 great sponsors. And I love the potential of working with new sponsors. Um, but another up is that for me, I reach a lot of people that don't live in the States. And so I get to have conversations with people from all over the world. And I love that. I love that someone right now in Brazil is watching a video from my channel, and they're able to receive information that I'm putting out into the world. And so for me, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
That there is someone that they're connecting with me on a very kind of like personal level, and they're loving it. And so those are two good things.
Yes.
Um, a low is also um, the kind of like the uncertainty.
Yes.
Every day is uncertain. And so um, there some days where I, like today, I really put like my heart into my videos. And so for me, when I don't get the views that I think I'm going to get, like I take it personally and I get a little kind of like bummed down. And
Yeah.
so I was like, before you messaged me, I was gonna lay in bed all day long. I was like, I don't want to do anything today. And sometimes people put their opinions into the comment section.
Yeah.
And it used to really get to me, but now I just tell myself that this person is commenting on a version of who they think that I am,
Yeah.
that they see something that's not really me. And so now I actually, to like not see the comments, I try to put like a positive spin on it. So one person left a comment like a novel, and they stated that I wasn't entertaining. I would put emphasis on certain words, and my voice was a distraction. So I was like, thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more distracting
Just
videos.
block it out.
Yeah, but because you said block, another person would block that person. Don't block anyone,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. So one of my I love a particular drag race alumna. She has a very popular YouTube channel, and she is constantly blocking people, but her number for her subscribers has stayed the same for about 2 years. And it's because a lot of her subscribers hate watch her. And
Mhm.
I like to think that some people hate watch me. And because they hate watch me, I'm not mad about it at all because they're helping me
Yes.
to increase my views. There's this one woman that she watches every one of my videos and she leaves Bible scriptures,
Mhm.
and I just let her. I was like, do your thing. She watches till the end. So I was like, do your thing.
Listen, if they watch and I have to we're gonna unfortunately end it on this because full transparency, I'm using a Zoom like trial right now, and they just told me they're gonna cut me off in a couple of minutes, which is fine because we'll continue this conversation. We'll find a way to do it somewhere else. But I just wanted to say, um, that a hate comment is still a comment, and a lot of YouTubers and creators don't know that.
No.
YouTube counts your engagement and all your
Mhm.
comments, and the more comments you have, the more it'll push out your videos. And even if the comment says something nasty, it still counts as a comment. So
No.
what those people don't know is that they're definitely helping you.
No.
So there's beauty even in the hate. But I know the Zoom thing is so annoying. I'm gonna find a way to record bigger videos with you, but why don't you let everyone know where they can find you and also where they'll be able to see? Because we're going to do an interview together on your channel too. So where can they see that, find you?
So I am everywhere at writer VIC Yates. You can, of course, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Christian Mingle.
And I will have all of his links down below in the description box. I don't know about the Christian Mingle one though, but because we're not here to date, we're here to work. So
No, I'm here to date.
no, I know I switch it up every now and then too. But yes, I know. I'm so sorry, guys, that this got cut short, but I didn't want it to end on a sour note. I wanted to be the one to end it. I'm gonna find a way to do longer interviews. But again, thank you for joining me. This was a cute little catch up. We will do more. And if you guys are a fan of this conversation or you learned a little something, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions. What's going on in your creator world? What are you frustrated about? What are you excited about? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys give Victor a follow and a subscribe on his channel. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.